Have you ever wanted to get away? Somewhere far from all the stresses of modern living? Somewhere with variety and time to take peaceful reflection? Lordran may just be the place for you, if you don't mind incessant doom, dragons, sharp pointy things, and poison swamps.
Why do we push ourselves? Why do we die to the same boss over and over? Why is Dark Souls, a game made on this premise, so damn popular? What the hell does Praise the Sun mean, and why is everyone doing it? And how the hell is this even possible? From the outside looking in, Dark Souls seems insane. Tough enemies with harder bosses, level design made to fool you off a cliff, tight platforming that isn't even fair at times, chests that are actually nasty monsters. It doesn't pull any punches and will beat the shit out of you over and over again. So why play it? Why spend 60 hours running through its story live for people to watch you suffer? Why beat it on a DDR mat? Why beat it on the fucking Donkey Kong bongo set? In this deep dive, I'm going to be working out what it is I love about the game so much. Why was my wonderful suffering just so damn sweet? And what did this journey even mean to me? Boiling it down into category, we are going through each of these points. Number 1, story and world. Number 2, music. Number 3, gameplay. And number 4, my personal favourite, purpose. Do you know, actually, there's a lot of Dark Souls content. Do I need to talk about it in a philosophical, pretentious manner? I mean, you could watch any other cryptic, mysterious and beautiful, slowly drip-feeding the narrative as you progress. Meeting a lone character somewhere that can easily be missed, adding to the mystery of the world. As you walk alone with no idea of what you will meet, maybe you'll speculate and ponder what happened. Who was that strange sun man? Why is it so desolate? What the hell happened to all these people? The old cobbled roads through ancient streets, deep forests filled with wonders and enchantments, lonely deep tombs of forgotten times filled with restless spirits, magnificent cities of gold and tall spires filled with sunlight. These environments are rich and beautiful, well utilized and stringed together like a looping poem. Dragons, minotaurs and creatures in between, ravaging the world and looking for the next thing to kill. Alone you traverse, stranger in a strange land, with a vague sense of direction. Ring 2 bells, being your only instruction in the early game. The NPCs offer you relief and a familiar face, or a new encounter. It's safe. They will not attack you unless provoked and will talk to you gently, gradually telling you cryptic tales about the lands and what their journey is, offering you a comfort on your long, arduous journey. It's warming and mysterious all at the same time.
Well, hello again. You seem to be doing all right.
Pulling you further into this world if you let it. The world is something people swear by in Dark Souls, and only in struggling hard through unfamiliar areas, the feeling of returning to Firelink Shrine in some roundabout way felt so satisfying. It weaves you through many styles of biome, each distinct and vivid. It's woven unlike any other map I've experienced. Everything feels purposeful and fun to explore, except you Islith. Fuck Islith. The variety of biomes is impressive from the start, where you get used to the medieval castles and dark, overgrown, cracked streets. One thing FromSoftware do better than anyone else is smelly environments. That's not a slight, I swear. My brain sometimes catches the scent of an old rundown cathedral, or the musky smell of an empty tomb. These environments are so well realized, it literally tricks my brain into the immersion of the scent that isn't really there. I need to give credit to Bloodborne for activating this part of my gamer brain, and now I just can't turn it off with FromSoftware. I can always smell where I am. haunting. Mysterious. Comforting. Grandeur. If this doesn't give you an idea of the variety of Souls music, then I'm not quite sure what to tell you. Dark Souls hardly plays music when you're traveling between boss fights. It's quiet, and you just have ambient to comfort you. The cold echo of endless halls beneath the earth, the silent tranquility of the forest, the stark contrast of when you finally make your way to Firelink Shrine and become enwrapped in the comforts of the melody, or the intensity of a new boss whose attacks you are yet to learn. This brings the loop of the game alive through music, and the variety of that music keeps the journey fresh right up until you hear this at the end. Oof, this shit is important, huh? Without good gameplay, it's like dating someone who is mean to waiting staff. You just can't hack it. Luckily, Dark Souls is making out with the waiter as well as you, so I guess everybody wins. It's fluid, it's strong, and most importantly, it's fun. You have dodge, block, parry, roll, light attack, heavy attack, kick, jump attack, drop attack, backstab. Mix that with a variety of weapons and a big old goodie bag of items and magics, and you've got yourself a good time. Leveling up is key, and building that character in the best way you think is vital. Balancing for a build that is fun for you is some of the most rewarding gameplay in gaming. It's slow, matching the pace at which you uncover the world. This gameplay becomes an integral core to these games. You are always learning, always getting better and stronger. The spirit of fighting is a key part of Souls games for me. You will suffer, there is no way around that, but what you do about that is important. It becomes a lesson on patience, a lesson on listening to yourself, a lesson on accepting frustrations, and a lesson on perseverance. The greatest enemy of Dark Souls is yourself. If you put in the work and believe in your abilities, you'll eventually come out on top. I made a little something to create to represent this point, and I can't talk about fighting spirit without showing a certain someone.
Teach me. I can do it. You taught me using any technique that works. Never to limit myself to one style. To keep an open mind.
It's over. It's over. Forget about it.
No.
I'm afraid. Let's just get out of here. I want to go home.
Cannot, must not. It's okay, lose to opponent. Must not lose to fear.
No, I'm afraid.
Oi, oi.
I'm afraid of him, all right?
Oi,
What do I do?
Escalate still inside. Now time, let out. That's the end of the recipe.
Before I round off, I asked some friends who deeply love these games to share some of their thoughts about why they like the game series so much. If you enjoy what they have to say, please show them some support and love. Their links will be in the bio.
Why do I love Dark Souls? Well, there's very little to hate really, but for me what sets Dark Souls apart from other games like it is the world. Plenty of games can be hard, plenty of games can have solid progression, fun boss fights, loads of build options, an excellent community, fantastic PvP... Okay, I'm getting off topic.
My first introduction to Dark Souls was a piece of music. It was the menu theme. The song was called Souls of Fire. I had no idea what the game was about, the characters, the gameplay, nor the lore. Hearing this piece of music for the first time opened up my imagination to what the world was going to be like. It struck the match, lit the flame. When hearing this song, and looking at the YouTube section, the comments, there was one YouTuber who posted, "This song feels like a mother's warmth before being cast out into an unknown world." This piece of music, and the comment as well, was just enough to let you know, on your journey, you're not going to be okay.
See, asking me what I love about Dark Souls is actually a really hard question for me to answer. If I had to summarize it very quickly, if I had to do a quick lightning round about what I love about it, we'll go 3 things. 1, the soundtrack is absolutely incredible. It is what I credit to be the initial thing that got me to appreciate game soundtracks and even orchestration in general. I didn't even know much about orchestrated music, but when I heard Dark Souls for the first time on my first ever playthrough, it got me really into it. I really appreciated the atmosphere that they bring and how much they add to the tone of a game after Dark Souls.
What really links all of Dark Souls' strengths together for me is the world. It's the constant exemplary factor that follows you through the entire game and reinforces every single other theme that FromSoftware are trying to convey. That overwhelming sense of loneliness, doom, and futility are all embodied by the decayed, rotted world that barely even registers your existence.
Out of the many locations in the game which I could associate with something within the real world, I would put Undead Parish with Punk IPA. Undead Parish had that nice earthy look to it. You could technically feel the walls, you could absorb the atmosphere, you could take in the dank sliminess of the cold stones you pressed your feet on. But why would associate that with a drink? Punk IPA. It's cold, tastes really earthy like the walls on Undead Parish, and you'll always associate that drink with Undead Parish. Drink up.
2 is, segueing onto that, is the atmosphere itself. The atmosphere of Dark Souls is so dense, and I've said it many times before, that in certain areas you go to, you feel like you can smell it. Like, you go to Blighttown, it stinks of shit. You go to the Firelink Shrine, smells of like moss and mud and like wet concrete. Not great smells to some people, but it is an atmosphere that is crafted to perfection in my opinion. Of course, it does have its downsides, but most areas you go to, the fact that everything has been crafted as perfectly as it has in some areas, right down to the enemy design and things like that, it's mind-blowing.
The level design will have you fight for hours down a single path only to open a door and be right back where you started. The sense of scale serves as a constant reminder of how small you really are. The atmosphere, both in sound and visuals, is an industry-leading example of show don't tell. All these things and so much more come together with Dark Souls' other strengths to create a melancholy experience unlike any other.
Any time is a good time to start playing Dark Souls. I remember the game was released September the 22nd, 2011, and I remember some mates holding up a copy and being like, "You should play this game." And I was like, "What? Why should I play that? It seems crap. It's not even Call of Duty." Boy, I was wrong. So flash forward to 2018, the game got remastered on the PlayStation 4. I've been trying to scratch an itch, a game that could push me to my limits, not hold my hand, difficulty-wise, but in overall, this game shone like the sun. A great sun indeed.
Number 3 is the lore. Now, the lore is not set in stone, which for me I think is incredible. Everything is up to the player's interpretation, with just little snippets here and there in item descriptions, or just lines of dialogue that certain NPCs are saying, and it all adds, it builds this massive world without even trying, just by chucking out little lines here and there, you know? It's just an incredible game, and I love it so much, and I love Dark Souls in general so much. I got a kitten recently and named him after Aldrich, Devourer of Gods. Fuck yes. But yeah, that's why I love Dark Souls. Mwah.
But despite the near constant gloom, the game will inject these brief moments of hope that maybe, just maybe, not all is lost. Reaching Anor Londo in the first game, returning to Majula in the second, or arriving at, well, Anor Londo again in the third game. These moments, and so many like them, are truly special and wouldn't have anywhere close to the same impact if the world around them wasn't designed to perfection. There really is nothing quite like exploring a Souls game, and for me that'll always be my favourite thing about the series.
The fact Dark Souls can affect people in such personal ways is one thing that I feel these games do above others. It's not just a hard game. It has so much to offer. It's incredible to me when media affects so many people. None of my guests knew what my script was when I asked them to talk about the game, but the fact such similar points came up shows the connective power of these games and how much they resonate with people. Dark Souls has no shortage of love from various content creators, but the fact I wanted to put my time to this, despite that, is a testament to how much can be said about these games. They really warrant the individual experience, and what we can share in this is very special to me. Good art makes me realise the value of art. What I must stress is I can talk about it and what it means to me all day, but where Dark Souls really shines is what it means for you. When you're alone on that journey, when you figure out whatever it is you need to take that next step, to try that boss again, that is where it shines, and I can't describe that feeling to you. I can talk about it, I can describe what it means to me, but it's such a core concept, drive, motivation, belief, that it's near impossible to talk about. So if you haven't played Dark Souls yet and you've watched all this video, I think it's still worth it. I really, really think it's worth it. I think you should go play Dark Souls and see what it means and see how it feels and wander from point A to point B and listen to the stories that your brain tells you on that way. It's cryptic enough for you to infer so many things, and I think that's incredible. My friend Roaster Toaster mentioned an impression that was left on them by a certain enemy in the game. There is a hollow on the way to New Londo who is relaxing in an almost comical pose, chilling and enjoying the view.
So you've come across New Londo ruins. As on your journey, you'd know that you can't necessarily trust many people if you're making your own progress. You can see why people are hollow in the game is because they've been absorbed into this whole atrocity that they can't seem to function anymore. But you come across this one hollow, you're sort of relaxing, looking outwards to what little is left of the ruins, and this got me thinking about the hollow, that during vulgar times in life you can find serenity, despite how difficult it is.
Finding a small moment of relief in having turned hollow, and maybe clinging on to those last threads of humanity, and enjoying something as simple as a good view. I think this relates to all of Dark Souls. The cycled journey, the joining of the flame, only to wake up again in the same prison cell to do it all over. Why do we do anything, if not for those small moments to relish in and relax? Dark Souls gives you the back and forth, the peace, quiet, and mystery of an old, long-forgotten place, cryptic and desolate. Then it throws all of that against the wall with an extremely hard section that tests you greatly, or a boss fight that pushes you to your limits. Defeat hurts. It's an active struggle. You decide how much you want to put in. How much are you willing to strive and struggle? You run the show, and you may get burnt out and not beat the games, but there is something in overcoming your own limitation, your own confusion, and that active learning and perseverance. It's a transmutable skill that can be applied to anything.
Come on, man. What's impossible? Nothing. Nothing is fucking impossible.
We hold ourselves back from what we want, if it's the fear of failure or the fear of success. Only in realizing how little control we have, but in our dedication to a task, can we get something out of it. Gaining a victory in a Souls game is all of this for me. And maybe it's just a game where you hit things with a big sword to some, but to me, it represents the eternal struggle and how we can deal and learn in situations of overwhelming odds. You can do it. Whatever it is you want to do within reason, strive and don't give up. Good art taps into something I can't explain well, but never get tired of trying to. It's why I love making these videos and having a space to explore my thoughts on it openly. Hi, I'm currently editing this video, and I keep hitting a point where I want to rewrite my entire script and just reword things and, you know, make it better. But I've spent 2 months on and off making this video now, and I think if I keep doing this, I'm just never going to release it. I care a lot about this video, and sometimes it clicks, and I hit a place where I'm like, that's succinctly how Dark Souls makes me feel. This is what it means to do it. But when I'm re-listening to what I've said, like, I still agree with it, but I just want to do it better, because these games have such an effect on me. It feels like why I do anything. And that might sound insane, but that's genuinely how I feel. When I overcome a boss that I've struggled on, be it one of the harder ones like Ludwig in Bloodborne that took 6 hours, it's not a joke, like I streamed that for 6 hours until I beat Ludwig. And after it, I felt amazing. And I don't regret that time put into that. There's something about when you struggle with something so much, like anything, it could be a habit or a mental health issue or work or even a relationship. But when you come out the other side of that to a place that is positive, to a place where you know you did everything you could have, and you see it in a different view, not so much as in a wall, but more as in a challenge that you have now overcome, that you have now pushed through and pushed past. That's some of the most rewarding I have ever felt in my life, be it in my personal life or with my personal issues. And that feeling is indescribable. That feeling is transcendent. That feeling is why I enjoy being alive. That feeling is when I'm on my darkest days, when I feel at my lowest. That's something I try and remember. I try and remember how that felt. And I know that that'll come again soon if I keep pushing, if I don't give up, if I keep going. And I guess that comes into hope, but it also comes into something that is so core for me this belief in my heart that I'm going to be okay as long as I try my best. And Dark Souls mirrors that for me. And I think that's incredible for a video game to be able to affect me like that. And that's all I can say. That's all I can say. I love these games. I want to end this on a quote. It's during a moment in Berserk that is a favourite of mine, and applies so much to what I feel is important. I feel it retails how I feel about Dark Souls perfectly, and the fact Berserk was a direct inspiration for a lot of aspects in Dark Souls makes it all the more sweet for me. This quote varies from the anime to the manga. Both are great, but this is the manga's. It's alright. It's like stumbling on a rock on the roadside. It's petty, a small thing. The place you want to go is more distant, farther off. So, it's alright. You'll stand up, and you'll start walking. Soon. Thank you so much for watching this, everyone. I put a lot of work into this one, and I hope it was enjoyable for you. If you want to support me in any way, I stream on Twitch under CrowBrew, and I have a new Patreon, which I'm releasing alongside this video. Please consider supporting me there if you want to help me make more content. I will have exclusive videos and extras up on there for those who decide to. And as always, be kind, stay safe, and good luck on your path.